1984 at the Coventry, Queensboro Plaza. It was Gilligan's Revenge, who then became Token Entry, and it was our friends from our block, The Unruled, who later became Leeway. Oh, CBGBs, without a doubt. Even though it's hard to miss it with all this Target and Newark Airport stuff. But the actual place, I mean, you could still smell the place and feel the energy of that place, you know, in your mind. I know a lot of people say Minus, and he was pretty dangerous. But there was a guy, I don't know his name, but we called him Joe Skin. And because he always wore a flight jacket to every show, and he would just swing his arms out, no regard to who was around him. And one show we were playing with Raw Deal, I was in the pit and he clocked me in the mouth. So I'll never forget him just for that. Anthony Caminali, hands down. He had his own language and his terms that would just have you pondering, what are you talking about, dude? Would have to be Mackie Jason. I know everybody picks him for your list, and there's a reason why. You know, he's just from that Age of Quarrel album alone, it's just influenced so many people on how to play fast and tight. And then I'll go with an Astoria guy, Johnny Cons, also aka Johnny Feedback from Kraut, along with another Astoria guy, Sasso Matroni, original Leeway drummer. Those two guys, watching them growing up, was just like, how do I get to pull that stuff off, you know? NGRI or like, you know, Enforcer. So big influences for me. I think it was '86, and it was Leeway opening up for Corrosion of Conformity at CBGB's. That was my first real taste of like just having fun and also being in danger. That pit was crazy, and I guess they were promoting Animosity, and it was just crazy. Like I couldn't believe what was going on. One of Mike DeJean's first bands, I think it was his very first band for Mike DeJean, was Show of Force, and they were on Freddie Alva's New Breed compilation. And this was the beginning of DeJean's riff writing. And their demo was produced by AJ Novello, is pretty sick. I know you can find it on YouTube, but it's kind of sad that they didn't go any further. And then there was also Cold Front from around the block from us. I know they got around in the mid-90s, and I think they're loved in Europe at the moment by like, you know, a bunch of hardcore like archivists. But Cold Front was really good too. Yeah, it's been nice, you know, because you look around and you see all these friends from 30 years ago that are still playing, and so we were all kind of like in touch with each other, like, let's get back on the, you know, on the scene a little bit. And so since November of last year, we've played about 4 or 5 shows, and it's been nice. It's been pretty cool to see the younger kids who've come up and learned the stuff for all the bands, really, not just us. And we're working with Blackout Records on a Miles to Go reissue. I think it'll be out in like 2019, which will be 30 years, man, since its release date, with some special surprises planned with that package. And just keep doing what you're doing. That rush that you feel playing music and seeing people like appreciate your stuff and dance and dive and sing along to your songs. Just keep doing that, because one day you'll be, you know, 10, 20, 30 years out, and you will appreciate that. So keep on doing what you're doing. No, not at all. And I know everyone says no, not at all, but I'll tell you what, just in our lifetime alone, there have been like genres that have not made it. You know, grunge is gone. R&B boy bands or R&B groups are gone. Hair metal bands, gone. And you look around and you see all these old bands from back in the day playing with new bands from now, filling places like Webster Hall and Brooklyn Bazaar and Tompkins Square Park. In 2018, it's not dead. So I think it was last year, Agnostic Front was playing out by me in Amityville, Amityville Music Hall, and I went to go say hi to Pokey after the show, and I'm helping him like break down a little bit, and he kind of looks over at us, and he's like, and me and Pokey are like, what's going on? I'm like, is it because we're Asian? Is that what it is? And he's like, with that Vinnie way that he looks at you, because it had been a long time since I've seen him. He's like, nah, you guys are all right. And I'm like, okay, I guess it is because we're Asian.